Hello everyone, this is Dethimap, and I'm here to show you my progress on a clue machine, so to speak. I had this idea while playing the mobile game of Clue, where I wanted to make Clue in Minecraft. And I know it's pretty simple to just deal out the cards and whatnot manually, but I wanted to create a machine to do so automatically. And this is currently a work in progress. So what happens is, inside these chests, we will have the answers, as in who did it, where they did it, and what they did it with. And in here we will have every other card that is not put in here placed. This will be sorted out later, but currently I was focusing on this part of it. So we'll press this button. And if we see down here, we will have one of each type of thing here. And the evidence will be sorted in here. Now, this is a pretty complicated build for something so simple. So I will sew things one at a time. So here we have basics of the button, or the mechanics I should say. First things first, when we press this button, it will be sending a redstone signal up through here and up here, but it will also set a redstone signal down here. Now what this does is it creates a lock, as also over here. When I press this button, the piston will raise and this will activate. So when I press the button again, it will not work. The signal will not get past here. The way this works is that when this redstone signal powers this torch, it turns off, turning off this lock, allowing this signal to pass through enough times to just turn on and off. So when this turns on, this is locked. So this creates a one-time button press, which is perfect for this machine since it takes so long to complete and don't want any accidental interference going on. So anyways, after this is locked, the redstone will power these torches going all the way up here, and it will go down this line, powering each of these dispensers, each holding 9 of these items. The people, weapon, and location represented by these different items once. And it will also travel down here, creating another lock system here, so this can only be activated once. Mostly because if this will be activated several times after, and I don't want to interfere with this piston work here. So it will be powering this. This will lock, so it won't interfere. Oh, excuse me. And it will go down and power this, which will in turn create a redstone signal using this. You'll be seeing this design a lot. This is a design I got from an old Sethpling video. I can't remember exactly which, but it was talking about how this lock mechanic can work in different situations. So this will power this, creating just enough time for this to turn on. And this will power each of these pistons, extending out the chest twice directly underneath the dropper, I should say, not the dispenser. It's a dropper. And the way this works is, well, it'll power this It'll power this last. So, not to... It's a complicated way that pistons work, and I don't exactly have the time or the patience to really explain this in depth, but basically I have to extend this first, and then extend this. And then when it retracts, I need to retract this. I need to power this so it can retract after. It's complicated, but this works. And the signal goes down to power each of these 3 chests to go under the dropper. Now, when this drops the first time, it will go into this, well, pit of hoppers. For the first time, it will go all the way down here into this chest. Anyways, back on track. The same time that this is going on, this will power at a delay so I can have enough time to get the chests underneath the dropper. And they'll turn off this. Now, usually when this is powered on and off, it'll just switch the signal from on to off to on, etc. However, with this permanently off, it'll create a timer. So this will rapidly turn on and off at a very great rate of time, I guess. And then it will send the signal up here, turning these on rapidly with the chest underneath them, so it will dispense the items directly into this chest. And it will not go any further than this because this will be locked at the time. And as soon as each dropper is empty, this redstone signal will turn off. This is the comparator, which I have just a long enough signal for it to be turned off as soon as it's empty. And when all 3 of these are turned off, it needs to be all 3, it will send a signal out through here. Because as long as one of these is on, the signal still stays on. Anyways, it'll send the signal all the way down here, and it will turn off this sticky piston, which will retract this gold block, activating this observer with just enough of a delay on the repeater to power this torch, just so it can turn off the pistons. They will retract, bringing the chest with them. The chest will be placed over these hoppers, which will in turn bring the items all the way through here down to this chest. The amount of time it takes is, to be perfectly honest, a little long, but I'm sure that's something that's tolerable given the immense nature of this circuitry and hopper length, whatnot. So I'll show you each component as it happens, hopefully. The lock, you can see it's locked there. It activates each one once, and then it turns on while these are activated. And you can see the signal on the right turns off. And it will retract the chests. Now this is easily resettable. I don't know exactly which components need to be reset to have it work again, but it is easy to do. There's no destroying redstone circuits, there's no real interference at all. It's fairly simple to recreate, well, it's fairly simple to reset, not recreate. It might take a long time. It took me, I'd probably say 4 or 5 hours of thought, test, trial, and error to create this design. And as you can see, works perfectly. So in this chest, it would be the answers of who did it, with what, and the location, randomly selected due to the nature of the dropper, and the rest will be in here. My idea is to have these pieces be evenly distributed and randomly through 6 different chests. And that will be what the players have each. However, that's a goal for another time, as this in and of itself took a lot more work than I would have anticipated for something so simple. Now, I did do a test over here just to make sure that the dropper would not drop anywhere else, and each time all of the diamonds went into here instead of this, meaning that the hoppers on the outside did not collect any single one. So it will work as long as it's 3 blocks below it and 3 blocks wide. It will collect any items that drop from a dropper at this height. And the droppers do place items directly into chests. I do not know if this works with the dispensers themselves, but it might create a little bit of a problem depending on what items you use. Anyways, that's been my design. This has been Dethimap, and I'll see you all next time.